Change is such a weird thing. Like, as humans, it's just seems like that's the only thing. Like the phrase, the only constant is change.
Change is always a good thing ultimately because it helps us grow as people.
So it was actually an amazing thing to happen in the end, but it took a really long time to get there.
It's so different now, isn't it?
I know, yes. Yeah. Living through a global pandemic will affect us and our children for the rest of their lives.
I'd say secondary school.
When I moved out when I was 16 into supported accommodation.
World War II. That had a significant impact on my education and subsequently on the way I think about things.
In the 60s, we had a lot of races at that time.
Black Lives Matter and that movement during the pandemic.
Coming to Bristol and the culture shock that I got in this country.
The creation of the NHS.
When I used to skateboard, it was me, my skateboard and the street, that was it. Now it's a global sport.
Sort of discovering my sexuality, it just came to me like, look, I'm changed, I'm me, nobody's perfect.
The irreversible change that climate change has ended up coming to.
The toppling of the Colston statue actually led to the change across the world for statues being toppled. How amazing it was that Bristol kind of started this whole change and this whole movement. So it was really exciting to be part of that.
Bristol bus boycott in the early 60s, 62, 63, when they were not employing black people on the buses. So we demonstrated in a peaceful way.
An inspirational individual I think about is usually Malala, since she is fighting for women education and for women's rights usually.
Martin Luther King.
John Boyega.
A music artist called Dave.
I think it has to be Dave.
Dave, in his music, he obviously addresses a lot of societal and political issues that are going around.
Todrick Hall.
My dance teacher.
My mum.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Asher Craig, who is our Deputy Mayor in Bristol.
Maybe Obama, he was the first black president.
Greta Thunberg, actually Taylor Swift.
Marcus Rashford.
Rosa Parks.
She was actually a really big part of my own feminist awakening.
It inspired me to know that it's okay to speak up about problems that I face and it's okay to be able to express myself.
My grandmother, I see her as bringing about change to our family dynamic and how our family lived by her coming to England in the late 60s.
My mum and The Rock.
You stole mine.
I want people to change, to be more open to everybody and accept everybody.
If people love themselves, then all the wars will be over.
The change I would like to see in my lifetime is for people to recognize people and not to recognize color, because color doesn't do anything. Color does not inform you about the individual.
A shift in the attitude towards, particularly with like gender and sexuality, this idea of a binary.
In the community, I feel like less discrimination would be nice, in any community, honestly.
I would like to see more young or older black actors in Bristol.
Support for the NHS workers, specifically in mental health.
Peace, isn't it? There's a lot of greed. I think it's a big world. You do need other people, so help each other out.
So she's special and has made my life
decided it'd be a really good
worthwhile.
idea to book a one-way ticket to Australia.
air pollution.
I think a change I'd like to see is the stigma around living an aesthetic life.
Not being judged for what they look
I think
like.
everybody will be even more fascinated as a result of that.
I'm learning to be more inclusive of everybody.